Wow. Hello. How are you today? It is Sunday, November 26th, 2023. So we're closing in on the end of November for sure, getting towards the end of the year as well. It is so crazy how much time has gone already. Um, this year has been definitely fast in some ways and agonizingly slow in other ways. Hopefully, it's been a good one for you. And certainly on New Year's, love to reminisce about some of the good stuff that happened for sure. I'm Michelle. I live in Colorado and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, bringing you live videos at least twice a week. Well, live most of the time, at least twice a week, where I'm showing you how to make cards. One video a week is actually the class that you can get the make and takes for. And it's really easy to do. All the information is in the description, but you certainly can reach out to me and communicate with me about that as well. But if you like that week's make and takes starting Wednesday, any orders that you place on my website using the host code that's available for that week and or weeks, depending on, how long I let the host code run. But each week, the host code may not change, but it's the purchases made on that Wednesday through the following Tuesday, they get that week's make and take. So each Wednesday, I do a class where I use 3 different designs, usually using the same either bundle, stamp set, or a suite of products. Today, we're using the Beary Christmas Suite of products, and we did that for our class on Wednesday. Um, and then when you make that purchase of $35 or more, it can be any product at all through the catalog. You have to do is use that host code, and that total does need to be before shipping and taxes. Then I will ship to you enough of the paper supplies and embellishments to create 2 each of those 3 designs that I make each week. And last Wednesday, we did 3 fairly easy cards with the Beary Christmas Suite. I'm just going to bring them up here. So this was one of the cards. And that was another of the cards that we did on Wednesday. And that is the 3rd card that we did on Wednesday. And if you want everything you need to make these 3 cards, paper-wise, then you can go ahead and still make that purchase of $35 or more using the host code that is either scrolling across the screen down there or in the description as well. It is the same host code. Any of those purchases will trigger me to prepare a kit for you and get it out in the mail. That gives you enough products to make all 6 of these cards paper-wise. You will need to supply your own stamps. I will cut the paper for you to size. However, the fussy cut items, I will just, do a very wide cut. You'll have to do the actual fussy cut to get the specific bits that you want from it. But you'll have enough ribbon and other embellishments to complete the cards. As made, you'll also get a PDF with all the instructions, including how to cut the paper to fit and match the cards as well. And that will be available, anything that uses that host code, until midnight on Tuesday night, going into Wednesday morning. At that point, those will move on. Any purchases made after that using the host code will move on to the next week's class, which is going to be not Christmas. I'm going to use the Modern Garden Bundle. The stamp set is retiring, but it's not on any special sale, so I don't anticipate it to go. And the paper is also retiring, but again, it's not on any specific sale. It's possible it could go, but I don't imagine it's going to go in the next week or so. And even so, I'm sure I have enough paper on hand to go ahead and supply what's needed for those cards that we're going to be doing on Wednesday. And then on Sunday, I like to do what I call my extra class, because I like doing cards that are a bit extra versus, the much more simpler cards that I do on Wednesdays, for those that really like to have something more stepped up and really pretty and all of that fun stuff. So that's how you earn the class for free, and it kind of explains what we're doing here today. We're doing the extra class, and sometimes it's one card, and sometimes it's more than one card. Today it's going to be a little different format than normal because normally I have the cards already designed and one already made and ready to go. I have these kind of designed, but they aren't, there's not one that's already complete. So you'll see me, there's one that's in partial stages, but mostly not done. And then there's another one that is not done, but again, I have a design process already planned and all of that kind of stuff. But there's also even possible I might be doing a third card I've kind of never done before, which would be a skinny card. I might just play around with ideas and not complete the card on the video today. We will see how things go. In the meantime, I do want to let you know that we do have the last chance sale going on through the end of the catalog, which is January 4th, I think, is the end of the catalog. And those last chance products are a variety, a lot of the mini catalog. Some of them are going to be continuing on, some as online exclusives only, and some will appear in a future catalog. We're still unclear if they're also going to be made available online until they appear in the future catalog. Hopefully we will get an answer to that when we get updates on Monday for leaders and Stamping Up. And I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, all the suites are always retiring, and all of the bundles in this case are going to be retiring. None of them are going to stay as a bundle price. Some of them, one of the products will stay, and some of them, both of the products are going to stay, but they will no longer be bundled up. So generally speaking, if it's staying, each product individually is going to be staying. They're not going to be on sale. So it's still a better deal to purchase it at the bundle rate of 10% off while you still can. Or if it is all of it's retiring, or one item is retiring and that's at a discount, chances are it might be better not to use the bundle price for those things at that time. We do have a few items that are already sold out. They're gone. Once they're gone, they're not going to be bringing them back. And that is primarily paper. There is a couple, no, about three embellishments now that are gone. And then there is a set of dies. Also, the rocking horse dies are gone. So the Oh Holy Night paper, the Shining Brightly paper, the Snowflake Magic paper, those are all gone. I think that might be all in the papers. The adhesive back stars, the ghosts and bats glow in the dark, the speckled dots, and the loose holly and gems embellishments, they are all also sold out. You can easily see what is continuing and what is not once you get past the bundles on our website. And this is literally my website as we speak. So you can see here, once we're past the bundles, this Forever Forest dies. It doesn't say retiring soon on it. That means it's going to continue. Same with the Merriest Trees. And the Deckled Circles is going to be continuing as an online exclusive only. It's already in the online exclusive section of our store. So if you were to use the menu button and go to online exclusives, you would find the Deckled Circles already there. Oops. Yeah. Then I get to go back down. However, this Magical Meadows die says it's retiring soon. And that is retiring, but the paper that goes with that suite is going to carry over. Hopefully it'll carry over online until it reappears either in the next annual catalog or the next winter mini catalog. Either way, we're going to be happy that it's continuing because that paper is so pretty, and it is one I'm going to be focusing on in probably a couple of weeks. I've got a class ready to go with that. But the dies, and I believe the stamp set as well, are retiring. However, there is no sale going on. That's not discounted. So as long as the stamp set is also not discounted and is retiring, then it's still a better idea to get the bundle for that one. However, the Christmas Classic dies are retiring, and so is the stamp set, if I recall correctly. And that is $33.30. Depending on how steep of a discount it is, it might be better to buy the products individually. If it's over 10%, that's a no-brainer. Get it separately if you want both items and save more money that way. You can also tell by putting them into your cart specifically and seeing if the two items add up in your cart to less than the bundle price. That's another way to kind of tell. And, it's just all the things. I basically did shop all, and in menu, I went to, let's see, over here. There we go. So I went shop products. This is a little harder to do secondhand. And then shop all. Let me look over here. And then I like to, when I have a whole bunch of products that I'm looking at, I like to click 90. I like to have them all there. And then I'm going to scroll down here because all of these are filters you can apply. And I already have it set up, but because I went back to shop all, it had removed that setup. So I just removed the calendar or the catalog, but now I'm going to re-click the September to December 2023 mini catalog, and it's just going to show me the products from the mini catalog. In January, when the new catalog is launched and this one is expired, then these products will be no longer available unless they are still available online as a carryover product. But otherwise, this is a great way to find out for sure. And if it's low inventory, it's going to tell you also, instead of saying retiring soon, it's going to say low inventory. If you're ever curious, you can always ask me if something is low inventory, because on that other list I was showing you, it does alert you when something is low inventory. And also I can go look at sold out. Right now, the only stamp sets that are low inventory are French versions and things like that. So that part is fun. All right, well, let's get into our fun today, the extra bits that I'm going to be working with. Let's start with this one. I'm going to put on that camera, bring it up for us, and change my layout. There we go. This is just a basic card base, and I did take this little bit of paper. It's from the top end of this. This is a 12 by 12 sheet. This is one corner of it. And the whole top section is literally just like nightscape. And as you can see, this is, with the way the lines are going, it's actually in a different direction, just because that's the paper I managed to find and use for this particular thing. It still looks fine based on this. It could also be interpreted as snowfall, depending on what you've got going. So I had this piece of paper in a 12 by 12. I got, somebody had already pre-cut. And I really liked these reindeer and the rabbit in between, and this little wolf over here hanging out with the present. And I wanted to kind of, keep that, but I didn't want all this extra stuff up top, and I didn't want as much of this extra stuff on the bottom. So I cut it to the right size, and then that's what determined the size I did for the sky. And the reason I placed this down already is because it's a lot easier to line up when I already have it there. So then I can literally just sort of make sure both sides are about where they need to be and move up and down where I want it on here. The other thing I did was, when I tore this, it left a very white space, and you can literally use a blending brush with some ink. I actually just used my bone folder, this part right here. You can possibly see. Let me see if that's better. Maybe not. But I just got a little ink on it from the pad and, dragged over it a little bit so that there's less of a major shift. And because I was going to be wanting this lifted up so that there was a little bit of shadow, I already went ahead and put dimensionals on the back side. So I'm going to pull those off. And this is the partially assembled card that I was telling you about earlier. And this is using the Beary Christmas Suite, which has paper, it's got embellishments, it has ribbon, it has the Cards and More pack. The Beary Cards and More pack and Cards and Envelope are also part of this suite. All right, let me get my side to side as well as up to down. That's good. And because I don't really need that as much, I think I'm going to grab, and this was messed up on when I was designing, so I'm just going to use it to get me a little circle so that I can stamp a sentiment on. And I think I'm going to have that kind of about there to lessen that headless seal. I'm going to grab out my Beary Cute stamp set. And since I have limited space, I'm going to go ahead and choose the Warm Wishes. And that's too small, so let me grab this guy. Stampin' Block C. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Misty Moonlight ink. And stamping the center. Guess we can move the mouse out of the way for now. We're going to leave that out because I'm sure I'm going to end up using that one again too. Whoops. And then I have a little landslide coming in from the top. Always fun. All right. So I think I'm even going to off-kilter that a little bit just because it looks more fun to me. And then I'm going to sort of think about, do I want to add some ribbon? Maybe down here. And I think normally I would do a tuck with that, but since I didn't do that before, maybe I will just do right down there. So I had my snips. They were right here. Oh my goodness. It's always so fun how things can disappear when you just aren't prepared. I found them. All right, so going straight across, and I'm going to cut right there along the edge, just like that. Pretty simple. And I'm going to get my seal, Stampin' Seal adhesive. I'm going to go a little bit on the end here. There we go. A little bit in the center and then a little bit on this end. And, that's one of the easiest ways to use this specific ribbon, the sparkling ribbon. Don't want to cover up too much of my rabbit. But there we go. Now I'm going to trim that end a little bit. And I think I'm going to put this up on dimensionals as well. Three is usually good for a circle. That is pretty fun right there. But I think I want to add a little more pretty to it. So I'm going to grab my iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. Looks like I've got 3 sizes here, so I might as well use all 3 of them. One right up there at the top. A medium one. Where's the medium going to go? Maybe right about there. And then a small one. Well, It would help if I did it on the right side. Come on, there we go. Right about there. All right, there we go. I have 3 lovely little ribbons or iridescent rhinestones on my card. I've got my scene, I've got some night sky going, and I've got my warm wishes. Now let's see. I had those here and ready, and now I'm not sure what I did with those. Everything is always right here. That's the really funny part. And then sometimes it just disappears. It's like, whoa, what happened to everything? Well, I guess I won't be doing an interior if I can't find my, well, here we go. These will work. That probably is what I pulled out, but now it's there. All right, so where did there's the stamp set. So there's a number of things I could do to the interior to make it more interesting. I think I do still like that Merry Christmas across the top. And this is a sideways card. So, or a landscape card, I should say. Do that across the top. Beautiful. And let's grab a little bear. Just kind of strutting across. And let's do him in basic gray. So cute. Absolutely precious. I'm going to close out my inks for now. And then I'm going to use my seal to put some adhesive on the back of this interior layer and place it on the inside of my card. And there is our first extra card for today. Yay! Pretty easy, but still stepped up. I think it's kind of fun to play around with the different things, especially when you have such a beautiful scenic designs here. Now the next one, I'm still going to use the Balmy Blue basic card front, and it is also going to be landscape. I have some choices though. I really found this one to be so cute, but I'm probably not going to use that one this time. So and if I did this one, I would want another piece of contrasting cardstock. So maybe I would do this on the Night of Navy card base and or Misty Moonlight card base, and then use Balmy Blue as a matte layer between them, probably, if I were going to use this one. But it is cute, cute, cute. This one, whoops, well, we don't really want that falling over. This one is a little too long for this, so it would need a slim line, but that could be fun on a different card. But what I did come up with, and think I like, is using, once again, that top portion of that 12 by 12 sheet as a background. And then I'm going to put this little fun one right here in this lower corner. Is what I think. And maybe have a little iceberg floating out, and then a sentiment up here. What do you guys think of that? That's kind of where I'm at, but I think what I want to do is I want this layer flat on the card base. So I'm just going to use my seal. And I think I want the slightly darker up the top, so there's a gradient of shade. So I'm going to put that one near the top of the card base. That way it looks like more what you would expect from looking up from the surface of the water up into the deep sky. It would go from lighter to darker. All right, so then I think what I want is my dimensionals. for the back of this. And get the backings off of those. And then I'm just going to line it up down here in the corner so that it's covering up the extra blue bits. And since the water down here is still that similar color, it just looks like extra shadow here down below and then up top, which I think is fun. And then we're going to need some dimensional for my little extra icebergs, and I've only got one full-on dimensional left, so I'm going to actually use these edging pieces. Don't forget your edges make fantastic dimensionals, especially if you have, you know, something that's oddly shaped, but you still want to get it up off the page. Add some height and dimension to your card. There we go. Peel off those backings. I actually know some demos who literally cut their dimensionals in half anyways, the full-size ones. They prefer having half pieces instead of full pieces that are better than like the minis, because they're still bigger than the minis, but they're not as big as the full-size dimensionals. So yeah, I have to go on a little bit more in that. Yeah, that looks good to me. Now, I could do a circle again, but I think I want to use the modern oval punch. And there it is. Let's see if I have enough space left on here where I can get a modern oval. Oh, yay, I do. This is one of the great ways to use up your oopsie papers that are oopsied on both sides. Is use them for sentiment labels. And then let's see, can I get Christmases together on that one? Might be a little too big, but let's find out. It is a tight fit, but it kind of works. But I want to protect my surface so that I don't get ink on my surface. So I'm just going to grab some, well, in this case, an envelope backing. And if we don't like it, we can always flip it over and use a different sentiment if it just doesn't work. Because it is a tight fit, but don't want to do it where there's creases. Laying it down. Yay. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Close this up for now. Get this out of the way. And shall we do dimensionals again? But I also think I want to do something a little bit more with this one. So I think I actually want to give myself some extra, color on the edges. That's always a bad thing. Good thing to catch it before it becomes a problem, though. Let me get my napkin. You don't want to get all that ink over the paper that you're actually using. That's bad. So I'm just going to roll this through my ink pad to give it a little more differentiation. So almost like a fake matte layer of color. That's good. Put this away, and we're going to take our backings off and grab our card back and have this across the top just like that. I think maybe we'll just not do any ribbon on this one, but I think we will go ahead and use the rhinestones. How can you go wrong with iridescent rhinestones? It's fun. All right, I'm going to put this one here, and I'm going to put the little small one on the other side of it on this. And then let's grab a medium one and find a good place for that. Maybe up here, or maybe down here. Nope, not happy with it there. All right, there we go. Another card done. Not bad. Certainly fun, fun, fun. And, oh, well, I guess we should do an interior. Then we can call it done. But that little sleeping bear is precious. Of that, there is no doubt. Well, let's go ahead and wish a Merry Christmas on the inside again as well. But instead of doing a stamped image, we're going to use some of the fussy cut items from the designer series paper that I did. I just have to decide which one to use. So I've got a lot to choose from. Some that we've already used, some that we have not yet used. So I guess let's not use the ones that we've already basically used. And I don't even have all of them right here. Some of them are hanging out somewhere else, I guess. So I could do the polar bear delivering presents, or the polar bear giving his rabbit friend a ride through. Or the reindeer with a scarf. I think that would have been a little bit more fun on the other one, although it would work with polar bears too, I would think. But let's go ahead and stick with the polar bear. Let's put a little seal on the back side of our friends. There we go. And then since he's walking that direction, we should probably take him in that direction as well. Just hanging out, heading down the iceberg to go wake up the little family and say, hey, it's Christmas time. Maybe he's a little Cindy Lou Who. Where are you, Christmas? Why can't I find you? Don't want to sing too much because I don't want to get copyright struck or anything like that. Alrighty then. There we go. How fun. Those are the two cards that I had really thought through. I have not done more than think about this other one. Let's see. The biggest problem is I will have to come up with something additional, I think, if I'm going to do this one. I think it's possible, but let's see. I've not done a slimline card before, so I don't even know for sure what the dimensions on it would be normally. I do know it is 8.5 by 11 is the length. Well, actually, let's test this out. The length is actually 8.5. Actually, the envelope's length is a little more, so we'll go with 8.5 for the length. And the width in the envelope is just over 4 inches, about 4 So if I stick to 4 inches, I think that might work. So this is the 8.5 side. So then we would want to, let's go 3 3/4 just to be on the safe side. I'm probably doing it totally wonky, but that's okay. I'm going to score there. And then I'm going to cut at, see, that's 3 3/4. I would need 7.5 to cut at. Is that right? Yeah, that's about right. 7.5. Cut there. Get our bone folder and fold it down. I know this will at least fit inside the envelope. I don't know if this is the typical slimline card dimensions though. All right, because of what I have cut for this, I am going to want some additional paper to go around it. Probably would make sense to continue using the sky. So if I put that there, and this about there, I'm going to want to cut this extra off, I think. This is what you get when I attempt to design. All right, so the top portion, I'm definitely going to want it to be 3.5 minimum. So if I took this down to 6 precisely, I'm going to cut off the tip of that iceberg there, which leaves me a whole other seam. This is the paper that, the base half of the paper that we're using right now. So I used this one already, and then this one was another one that I had the opportunity to use. As you can see, this came from there. And then this is the one I'm looking at using today, along with bits of that. And then I think it was this one I used on the other card as well. So fussy cutting, you know, you can also do full-on seams by cutting the paper specifically, but do what you would like to do. The max length would be 8.25. So let's go ahead and start there. Cut off that extra, and then we're going to want this to be 3.5, I think is what I said. So let's do that. And that's about right. This is how designing works. It's all kind of interesting and fun, and also a little unexpected. So what are they walking off to? I guess they're going off to get some dinner, probably. And do I still want this? I don't need the whole thing, so let's just kind of fussy cut, but not a full-on fussy cut, that off. And okay. but we're going to be missing out on some at the end, which is okay. We can do that. We may not even use this. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do a literal fussy cut on it. Maybe that makes the most sense. So in this case, when you're fussy cutting, you're just getting it right into where the blade starts to cut, and you're moving the paper, not the scissors. It's so exciting that Christmas is almost done. I have one more Christmas class going, and that is going to be this Thursday, where I'm using the Trucking Along bundle. Well, maybe I should do like I did with the other and do it like that. Okay. So that's going to be here locally. And if you're in the Pueblo area and interested, go ahead and check my calendar. The link to register for the class is there on my DWS, which is on my website. Oopsie, come on. There we go. Sometimes the pull factor on the adhesive isn't what the others are, and you have to pull it out with your fingers sometimes, but okay. There we go. Time to get our dimensionals out or find them again. Where are you? Are gonna need that. There we are. I love getting the opportunity to use up the a full sheet. I know some people have stacks and stacks of these full sheets, and I'm like, nope, I pretty much use mine. And I'm glad I do. Makes it so much nicer to complete a sheet. You don't even have to do this. You can literally just, tear it. It's not going to be a clean tear though, which is one of the reasons I do use my snips to trim away. Oh, and this one is being a little stubborn. It doesn't want to release from the release paper. There we go. Where there is a will, there is a way. And get around the edges a bit. The primary purpose here is to make sure that there's enough on to make it so it doesn't sag, because sagging is not fun. That is for sure. And so I'm going to put one right there as well, because I don't want sagging in the center any more than I want it on the ends. Grab this one and put it there. And this corner, I'm going to put about there. Oh, and while we're here, let's go ahead and put some on this guy. Grab the corner and put him down there. And this one up here. And the last one right about there. And there we have a full sheet of dimensionals done. Love that. All right, take the backings off, because that's the part everybody loves, right? Now you could also use your blends with a few shades of the blue and maybe even a little bit of purple, going from balmy blue all the way up to, navy blue, to create a sky scene, sky/water scene, and then place those on it as well. But for me, this is a great way to use. I mean, you can always flip it, obviously, because the backside is this snow and stars, basically. But it's another great way to use the top half of that paper. So again, I'm going to want to kind of line it up around the bottom and side. think I'm okay coming in just a little bit on the, there we go, come on. And I'm not putting anything down hard at this point. I'm going to make sure I like how it is before I press anything down good. And then I'm going to take and remove the backings for this dimensional. And we are going to have it just kind of hang out up there. Pretty sure there's no more room on this to grab some more, but that's okay. Let's figure out an inside for this card. So we will cut it to the same dimensions as the other. We'll make it to 8 1/4 by 3 3/4. I think is what I said. Yeah, 3 3/4. So we'll cut that first, and then 8 1/4 down. Good, good. And since we have such a nice long spot, I think I'm going to go ahead and also use the modern oval punch, which is going to be carrying over. I'm very thrilled for that, to create another sentiment piece. But this time we're going to use the warm wishes in it and do some other decoration on it. So there's that. I suppose you could also do a oh my goodness. Why, oh why is my brain not wanting to work? You could do a wow, it's completely gone. Totally, you could do a polar bear and make that a sentiment too. You could literally use the punch. The polar bear punch is what my brain was trying to come up with, out of white paper, and then just use that on either direction as your sentiment strip too. But I think we have enough polar bears going on that we don't need to do that. We are going to clean this one off so that I can use the block using my chamois. Yay. All right, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to want this bear here and baby bear there, but it's already got ink on it, so let's go ahead and place him down because I'm fairly certain that's where I'm going to want him. There we go. And let's get our sitting bear. There's also a stamp for the bear that the punch cuts out too, obviously. There we go, right down here in this corner. Beautiful. We're going to put the basic gray away. And of course, we're going to dip our finger in it first because that's the smart thing to do. Oh my goodness. Need my chamois back because I'm going to need this block again for something else. There we go. So what I think I'm going to want is a tree in the middle. Or maybe the tree should be here. The baby's going to come get the tree. All right, so we're going to do the garden green outline. Then we're going to want the Mossy Meadow stamped off once with the fill-in color. And that's not good. That's going to be better. So I stamped over a crease in the paper, which made it so that it was going to have a lot more ink where that crease was in the paper that I did the first stamp off in. And that would have been too much color for that area and would have been obvious. So there's that. Uh-oh. Oh dear. There. Okay. And then I want to put a little present, but let's go ahead and stick with the Misty Moonlight for that. Just hanging out with the tree, a cute little present. All right, so there's that. And let's go ahead and do the Merry Christmas on the inside. But since we have so much, oops, and then we mess it up. That's what happens when you don't pay good attention. So we get to do it on the other side. How fun. Where is my gray ink pad again? And then I need my friend back. We'll take this off. Doesn't happen too often, but it does happen on occasion, and that makes me very happy that there's two sides to the paper. So there's that. Let's get our tree outline again. And our garden green. Okay. Put the garden green away. Get our baby polar bear walking along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll ask us if we're married, we'll say no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire in the mossy meadow as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Yes, there we go. Let's get our little Prezi out again. And then we'll be right back where we started. And then we'll ink up our Merry Christmas, and this time have better control over our Stampin' Block. Just removing some of the excess ink off of the actual stamping block. And I want it over here, since the more imagery is heavily over to this side more. And I think for the inside, that's going to be good. Oh, I do still want that out, so I should stop trying to put it away. And then for this guy, I want my warm wishes onto my modern oval punch, kind of in the center, just like that. There we go. And I want to dress it up a little bit. Now another song has come to mind that I probably should avoid singing. And I'm just going to kind of go around the outside with my little snowflake on the top and side. Let's see. And add a little bit of snow down on the bottom. Okay, and then I need a new sheet of dimensions. Look, I already have one ready to go. There we go. I'm going to put my ink away because the last thing I need right now is another ink catastrophe. All right, so we're going to put some seal on the back of our interior layer. And open it up, line it up just like we do everything else. Oh. So actually I should have gone a little bit shorter, but this is going to work. There we go. And do we want something besides the sentiment and the, yeah, let's see. Nope, I think we're just going to stick with the sentiment and the iridescent rhinestones. So where do we want our rhinestones? I like that. Get a medium one. Try to anyways. Oh my goodness, stubborn. And a small one. There we go. And that is my first slimline card. That was fun. So we made 3 cards today. And one of them was a slimline. This was the one I had least designed already in my head. Get all this extra bit out of the way. And then this is the one I already had started. And this is the other one I had mostly designed, but other than, you know, these 2 items and the base layer cut, I had not done any of the pre-work on that one either. So that's all kinds of fun using the Beary Christmas Suite, the Beary Cute bundle, and that designer series paper. Get it while you can, because once those papers sell out, they are going to be gone and you won't be able to get them back. So once again, that last chance sale is underway already. If you want to take advantage of it, you will need to do that. That will be, everything is going to be gone that is retiring on January 5th when the new catalog launches. If you are interested in getting products from that new catalog, it can happen. You need to talk to me about it, but we can make that happen. Starting December 5th, I believe, is when that happens, where all demonstrators will be able to pre-order from that catalog, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Excuse me while I readjust. Apparently I knocked something out. And honestly, that's one of the best perks of being a demonstrator, is the ability to pre-order stuff and play with it before it's available to the public. So that's something that holds any interest to you, and I've already showed you what I've already been able to pre-order, but starting December 5th, the whole catalog will be open for pre-order, unless of course something has not arrived yet from shipping partners, which does occasionally happen, but it's not something that is definite, but sometimes it does happen. But let me tell you, there is a lot of cool things coming in this new catalog. I can see myself spending quite a bit of money already. And some of those papers are just, yes, I just can't wait to get my hands on them. Some of them I'm already very thrilled to have my hands on, and I'll be designing more of those. You'll start seeing a lot more of those as we get a little further into December. I won't be able to fully, promote them, of course, until closer to January because I won't be able to order enough of the products to be able to hold a class until then. But we're definitely going to be doing that. I'm looking forward to using some of those. But in the meantime, next Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we're going to be working with the Modern Garden Bundle, which is also using the this punch, the Modern Oval Punch. And following that, we're going to be using the Winter Meadow Suite products, some of them. So that's going to be all awesome and exciting. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you're on YouTube. Let me know Facebook or YouTube. Give me a thumbs up or heart or something to let me know what you think. And let me know if you want to get more involved in making cards, because honestly, for me, I love the ability to just hand somebody a homemade card. Even, it's especially awesome and fun when it's a birthday or a celebration or a new baby, to hand them something. But it's also much, much more meaningful when it's somebody who's suffered a loss, to share a handmade card. Even more so when you're the one that made the card. So that's, I think, one of the things that I definitely make sure and go a bit over the top on my cards on when I'm doing memorial cards and wedding cards and special things. So if you're interested in learning more card making, please subscribe so that you get notified. Hit the bell on YouTube and all of that. Follow me on Facebook, and you'll get all the information when I go live. Have a fantastic Sunday. I will see you again on Wednesday. Bye bye.